Good morning, good morning. I am Thema Azize Serwa, and I am here to talk about how you can start blowing out your sales in your Yoni steaming business. Let me formally introduce myself, and I'm getting the kinks out because um, I'm new to going live on YouTube. So forgive me if it takes me a little bit of time to settle into my energy. But for those of you who are not familiar with who I am and my movement, let me get you up to speed. So, I am the visionary of the womb sauna. All you have to do is Google the womb sauna and you will see our impact throughout the world. We were one of the first companies here in the United States to teach women about how important it is to actually explore steaming your womb with herbs, what's called Yoni steaming, V steaming, those types of things. And right now, our brand is in 15 different countries as a result of the impact that we have had in women's lives. So, not only do we offer that service and have our own unique expression of Yoni steaming called the Womb Sauna Experience, we also have an online university where we have on demand courses. We have all kinds of programs where women are able to truly heal everything. That is our signature hashtag. We heal everything with women. And so I have the unique experience of being able to be on the receiving end of this work. Doing the womb sauna on myself is the reason my daughter is here. She just turned 7. She'll be 8 this November. It changed my life. It propelled me into full-time entrepreneurship. And here I am 10 years later doing what I know is my assignment and having sustainability and being able to scale. That is because of the work that I did with my womb. And so this particular industry is very niched. It has a very specific type of assignment for entrepreneurs who feel compelled to launch a Yoni steaming business. Some women, like myself, are launching because it's part of your womb story, it's part of your healing process. But then you have some people who they have caught the trend of it. When I got started, this wasn't on the internet. You couldn't search, you couldn't find it. You had to figure it out. Now it's been all over reality TV. It's been in different places. And so it's a little bit different now. And so some people are like, this will be great for my business model. I want to give this as a value add. And that makes sense too. At the root of what it's going to take to increase and blow out your sales and your Yoni steaming business, I am coined the spiritual business strategist for a reason. I'm not going to sell you templates, scripts, and things that take you outside of the core of who you are and being authentic to your true expression of yourself and your gift. In this kind of industry, with this kind of niche work, you're going to have to believe in yourself. You're going to have to believe that you yourself have creative power and that what you're doing is meaningful, significant, and important. And if you believe that, hey, I see y'all hopping on live. I'm new to YouTube Live, so go ahead, hit up the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know what area you're in. I've been popping in and playing with YouTube Live more and more. So those of you who are subscribed have been seeing the notification that I'm live and here yapping on the internet. I'm Thema Azize Serwa, and I'm happy that you're here. So listen, when it comes to sales infrastructure and strategy, and this is something that I teach on in my business masterclass. It's called the 888 Code, and we do 5 days of combing through business infrastructure. And I teach my students how to create time management infrastructure, operating infrastructure, marketing, all of that. Sales infrastructure. Let's talk about how do you sell? How do you get things moving? Remember, everything is energy. Thank you so much. I see you, sis. Everything is energy, right? And so it's important that you find that sweet spot in how you work. And when you are, and by that sweet spot, I mean the joy of the work. Like, oh, I love creating flyers. For me, it's like painting, it's my artwork. My energy is higher because it actually is something I enjoy. Learn to stay in your genius. Stop trying to do things in your business model that don't light your soul up. Outsource it. We are in the age of the freelancers. You got Fiverr, you got Upwork. You can hire people to do things that would agitate you or that would make you feel insecure because it's not really your genius, And as the mogul, as the business person that you are trying to scale, trying to increase the revenue and the cash flow, yeah, you need to be in your sweet spot. You need to literally be in your genius. So if your genius is creating the formulations of the herbs that you want to put in a pot for your clients, well, then that's how you structure your work time. And then you grow your leadership skills, hire contract people to do other things, like maybe build out automating marketing campaigns that can run after you put all of your genius and clarified your vision and put it all in order. Now they can take what you've created and do the mechanics of it and get it rocking and rolling. Everything is energy. So, yes, the way in which you feel and the way in which you work has a direct impact on your sales flow. Find your sweet spot. Put that in the chat box. Be like, I need to find my sweet spot, and be open for those of you who have been in business for a while. Your sweet spot may evolve. Good morning, my love. Your sweet spot may evolve and change as you evolve and change as a mogul, an entrepreneur that is passionate, driven, and rooted in the heart of the work. We're working with women. We're helping them process trauma. We're helping them bring their babies through. We're helping them manifest their dreams, their businesses, right? Like we're full scope. It may look like just a spa treatment, but what we do here at the Womb Sauna is so significantly more than that. And so to keep those sales flowing, number one, you got to find your sweet spot. You got to be clear on how you work and what it takes for you to be in the highest vibration when you're working. This is why winging it is not a good idea. This is why you need order and you need discipline and you need consistency, because there will be days where the other aspects of life, because life be lifing, will command your energy and attention, but you have to stick to your plan. But if you don't have a plan, then you're winging it and you don't have something to stick to, right? So you need to have a clear roadmap for how you work. This is when I'm working. This is when I'm off. When I am working, this is when I'm doing administrative stuff. This is when I'm tasking my team members. That is foundational to freeing your energy up enough so that you can actually see the sales come in, because everything actually is vibrational, right? You need order, you need discipline, you need consistency, you need structure, which can be difficult because most of the people who feel compelled to do this work, we are creatives. We like to move in spiral energy, which is womb energy. The feminine energy tends to move circular, while masculine energy tends to be more linear, right? So we like to have a lot of room. Okay, that's fine, but you need a business model that can accommodate that, right? So find your sweet spot. Once you find your sweet spot, now you need to really make sure you are tuned into what your people need. And your ideal client is a version of yourself. Your ideal client is a version of yourself. And so if you need some motivation because lately your energy has been dragging and maybe you could use a really good detox right now, well, then maybe that's what we need to be giving, because that's what we need ourselves. If you're recovering from heartbreak and you need to return to a better perception of yourself and not let what you went through define who you are, well, then that's probably something that your women can benefit from having from you. So maybe you package that in an ebook and make it quick and accessible, or maybe you launch a healing circle in your area, throw it up on Eventbrite or somewhere and get it moving, but be deeply connected to your offerings and give authentic, true offerings. Give people the core of you. Or like I like to say to my students, we just had a training call in our university for my womb sauna practitioners. And I said on the training call, are you ready to give yourself to the world? You are going to be used. We are human beings and that's what we do with each other. But you get to tell the world how to resource your energy. Your ideal client is a version of yourself. Your ideal client is a version of yourself. That gives you an advantage. That means you get to have a very authentic business model that is true to your nature, true to yourself. You just have to get out of your insecurities and you have to get out of your perfectionism so that you'll show up regardless of if you're on the light side or the dark side, the shadow work or whatever. You're willing to be fully present because you're okay with yourself and you realize that the world needs to see more successful women entrepreneurs who are okay with themselves and okay being visible and showing up in the world, right? So that will actually have a direct impact on the numbers because people buy from people they can relate to, that they like, that they feel connected to. If you're hiding and they don't know you, then you are product and service pushing. And that is not what I teach as a coach. I teach my students how to monetize themselves. So even if the trend for the product, maybe if Yoni washes aren't popping anymore because people decided they want to start making them themselves, you're not getting washed out because things are getting more saturated in the marketplace because people buy because they like you and they're in relationship with you. So now your marketing and branding strategies feel like courtship. It's about a relationship and you're developing relational equity, right? You want your sales to go through the roof, your confidence and your willingness to give yourself to the world has to be turned on. Because you're not going to be able to sell more hiding more. People want to know that the service they're buying from you, they want to understand why. They want to understand your womb story. They want to understand why you're even selling this. Like, why are you even offering Yoni steaming services? They're going to want to know. They're going to want to understand. And so you need to be ready to explain that. They're going to want to know your level of expertise. So can they Google you and track your expertise on the internet when they type your name in? What's popping up? Is it showing that you have a track record of using this healing modality to create real results? When people Google Thema Azize Serwa, or you Google the womb sauna, you can see my track record on the internet is documented. My legacy is documented. You can read hundreds of testimonials, right? So you need these things. You need the content. You need to be out here visible, letting people feel your energy. And there's different ways of doing that. You can do that through, of course, live interaction, like what I'm doing with you all now. But you can also create things and channel your energy into them. Ebooks, books. Some of you are authors that are listening or catching a replay. Some of you are great with creating guided meditations and things that people can just hit play and use in their day-to-day routine. And when you add that kind of value, and you enter that kind of relationship with the marketplace, they will buy from you. You will see your sales go up. Authenticity is a sure business strategy. If you are not authentic and true to yourself in this kind of industry, it will be sniffed out quickly because we're dealing with womb energy and womb work, right? So number one, find your sweet spot. Really figure out how you work and work your sales strategies when your vibration is highest, when you're full of joy and your soul is lit up. So do those things that will do that. Turn on the music. Sometimes I got on some music and I'm singing, got on my stuff. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do this. Secondly, you need to be giving a true offering. right? You need to really be adding value and letting people get to know you, not just what you provide and sell. Let them really get to know who you are. And you will see an increase in your sales because people buy from people that they like, love, and trust. People want to be in relationship. And that's how you keep steady income, right? By letting people actually have access to you and your energy. And the last thing I want to offer to help drive your sales through the roof for your Yoni steamy business is you really have to heal the pain point of manufacturing issues, because how you manufacture what you use to provide this service in your business model will be a drain to your profit margin if you are not wise, if you are not well connected, if you didn't choose the right teacher or mentor. You will sit here and go into the hole just trying to keep up with the supplies that you need and how to scale that. Our industry is very young. There are not as many people who are manufacturing at the high level for professionals who are doing Yoni steaming. You can find a lot of companies that have packaged things together for a do-it-yourself method. But for those of us who feel like our assignment is broader than that, and we're trying to do this at a high professional level and create an industry standard, yeah, it's not always easy to find supplies. And you get frustrated because you go on Amazon and you order something thinking, oh, it looks pretty in the picture, and then it gets to you and it's not the quality that you thought, but you can't get your money back because it's shipped from China and it's taking like 6 to 8 weeks to even get to you, and you can't find nobody to return. Like, ask me how I know. I've been there. I've done all of this already. And this is why my students invest in training with me, because I can give them the shortcuts. We actually manufacture their entire kit. They graduate with existing clients, and they graduate with sales, and they graduate with a full complete kit to immediately start working. And anytime they are ready to scale and buy more supplies, they can do that. It's simple, it's easy, because I don't already had the headache of figuring those things out. And what I discovered is that my profit margins were suffering because I was having issues with supplies. And because I was having issues with supplies, let me tell you what happened energetically and psychologically. I began to shrink, really pushing the strategies to call more clients in, because I had my own undercurrent of anxiety about, do I have the right supplies? Do I have enough inventory? Right? Those things matter. Those things matter. It is impossible to stand and grow on a foundation with cracks. It is not enough to be passionate, but to lack infrastructure, order, discipline, and consistency. And what I find is women who are in this industry, they are passionate. They feel like their ancestors called them to do this. They feel like God called them to do this. And they know that this work is important. But that does not mean you know how to do business. That does not mean you actually don't have cracks in the foundation upon which you're trying to build your vision. And that's where I come in. And people like myself who offer the kind of wisdom, who've been doing this long before it was on reality TV, long before it was popular and popping on the internet. I have been in this space for 10 years. I was doing this long before I could even figure out how to explain it. Imagine me in the grocery store before people even heard of it, saying, excuse me, miss, you want to get undressed and get on this pot of herbs? And she's looking at me sideways like, what are you talking about? It's exciting to see the trajectory of this industry, how it has evolved, and I want everybody to win. That's how important this work is. I want everybody to win, but we're going to need cash flow to do that. We're going to need some money. We're going to need a good foundation without cracks. And so if you need my support, I'm always a resource. Of course, I offer you my training program where you can become a certified womb sauna practitioner. You can apply online for free. You can learn a lot about our training by going to thewombsauna.com, and you can literally have either a full payment option or flex pay option to start our training program. Once you submit your first payment, whether it's full pay or flex pay, you'll have your login and password set up for you within 24 to 48 hours, and you can literally start your training right away and start accessing the resources. Those of you who enroll in our program, you also get our womb sauna practitioner kit. So you get all of your supplies with that enrollment into the training program. The other thing that I offer, because some of you may already be certified and you may be satisfied with the training that you received. So I do a 5-day, as I mentioned earlier, business infrastructure training. It's called the 888 code. The next date is January 23rd. So if you're catching this, after that, you'll have to wait till August when I open up the enrollment for that course again. But the 23rd, we start. It's Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a virtual work clinic, is how I like to describe it. It is not lecture style, none of that. We dock up, we mastermind, we work. We get your business infrastructure set so that you are not winging it in 2023. And if you are interested in that class, again, you can go to thewombsauna.com, look under our Enroll in Class tab, and click on the 5-day business infrastructure, and you can sneak in there. We have this particular round, this is the largest enrollment that we've ever had for this course, and so I'm really excited about that. And if you have benefited from this live and you feel like you need some additional support and you know that you lack infrastructure, that you have more than enough passion and ideas, but you have not created the right vehicle to hold and move those ideas in a way that's translating in real dollars and cents. My students who come into my infrastructure training, they're making money in the class because we're working. And sometimes you need accountability and you need the right tribe. You don't necessarily need somebody to tell you who you are anymore. You already know that you're powerful and that you are anointed and it's time to go forward. Sometimes you need somebody that's going to be like, sit down, let's go, dock up, let's work. All right. And that's my energy and that's what I offer. So whether I see you in my training or I see you in the 888 code class, I'm just happy that I've met with you here, and I hope that you got something that you needed in the conversation. And if you did, I'm going to ask you to click like. I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I'm going to ask you to share this with somebody you may know who may just need some inspiration, education, and empowerment. And let's make these sales blow through the roof, but you're going to have to find your sweet spot and how you work. You're going to have to be a true offering and give yourself to the world. People will buy you in the different ways you express yourself. They'll buy you, whether you're expressing yourself through a tea line, through Yoni steaming services, through herbal packs. They want you. They're buying because they want you. And lastly, you're going to have to find those slow drains to the money you are pulling in. And you're going to have to figure out how to manufacture, keep your inventory where you need to be at low cost. And if you don't know how to do that and that's your blind spot, then you probably are here listening to this live for a reason. It's not a coincidence, because that's my sweet spot. I've been doing this for a while, and I am excited to offer myself to those of you who are in this industry trying to scale and grow your Yoni steaming practice, and you have been having challenges with your sales infrastructure. I am a resource for that. Deep bow to you. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay connected. Make sure you turn the notifications on because I'll be going live more in this space. Peace. How do I end the live? I don't even know, y'all. Don't laugh at me.